Okay, folks, this is Erik coming from Kansas again. So this is going to be capacity test number 2 of this battery bank. We'll see what it does. So I just got them installed, wired up, ready to go, and realized I had to unplug the battery monitor because the BMSs sensed that small of a load before they would fully turn on. So they were only showing 4-volt output, and it took me a little bit to figure it out, but I had to unplug that last remaining load, which is the battery monitor. So got that unplugged, and they're all reading 13. They're both reading 13.4 volts or something like that. 0.5 volts. We'll see on the battery monitor here in a second, but I measured all the voltages. So this battery on the left here, it's they're all within 0.002 thousandths of a volt of each other on the bottom row there. This one over here, it's a little more combobulated, but they're all within 0.002 volts as well. Right there above my thumb there. So 3.366, 3.367, 368, 368. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to plug in this battery monitor. There we go. 13.48 volts. That's what I was reading. And the inverter is still off. So now I'm going to flip it on. And again, I charged the batteries up yesterday, overnight, 1 day ago, and yesterday I was top balancing these batteries. So charged up to 14.4 volts according to this guy, and it floated at 13.7. That's the setting I have it at right now. So pretty much fully charged. 0.2 volts off, thereabouts, from the charging yesterday. So we're at 13.5 volts. We're still at 0 amp hours down. 100%. That's the time to go, 240 hours. 13.45 volts. 3 amps from the batteries, pulling 46 watts, which is what this inverter pulls under no load. So now we're going to start the load test again with this heat gun on the low setting. So I'm going to run this test the rest of today on the low setting on this guy, which is going to pull about 900 watts from the batteries, and see if a lower C rate will get us there, and we'll see what happens. So this C rate is pulling about, right now it's just below 70, but when the battery voltage gets lower, it'll go up to 70 and higher amps. So that's less than a 0.2 C rate. It's probably like 0.15 or something like that. I'm guessing. So 70 amps is a 0.175 C rate from this 400 amp hour rated battery pack. So we'll let this run and see how it goes. All right, folks, we're about a little over an hour into this second capacity test. Just wanted to give you an update here. So we're at 119 or 112 amp hours down, and it's been going on for about an hour and 10 minutes now, and we are at 70%, 12.69 overall volts on the battery. Still 900 watts coming out of the batteries. So now I'm going to measure the cell voltages for you. I measured them at about a half hour in, and we're at 0.016 volts off difference, max difference, and 0.033 on the other battery. So and again, the lowest cell on each battery bank is the ones we were dealing with before, this one and this one right here. So I'm going to measure the voltages here again, and we'll see what we get. Alright, so the last line of blue numbers there, that's our voltages now. So we're up to about 0.02 volt max difference on that bank. And on the right bank, we are at 0.036 difference. So that's where we're at, and I'll continue to update as we go along. Now we're at 211 amp hours down. Our battery voltage is 12.53. Still about 70 amps coming out of the batteries. So I'm going to measure the battery voltages again, and we'll see what they look like. And now we're at 0.021 max difference on the left bank, and we are at 0.042, so about double the difference on this right bank. So that's where we're at. Talk to you later. Alright folks, another hour's passed. We're just south of 300 amp hours consumed. And just took another voltage reading from the batteries. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, looks like we're not gonna make it to 400 even close. We're down below 12 volts now, 11.8. Up to 75 amps being pulled because of lower voltage. So, and I measured earlier, there's about a 0.2 to 0.25 voltage drop between the batteries and the inverter. So there's about a, I don't know, 2 to 2.5% loss, but that's not going to make up for this difference. So with the batteries now, we're sitting at, some of them are below 3 volts now. Sorry about the focus there. Now we're at a difference of, wow, it's bad, 0.06 volts on the left one and 0.066 on the right one. So I'm going to keep an eye on this, and it's probably going to shut off here pretty soon. So here we go. Okay, we just hit the low voltage alarm on the inverter here. So now I'm going to check some voltages. Yeah, I just saw a low voltage of 2.2, which is not great. But I'm sure hopefully the BMS will shut it off. Down below 320 this time, amp hours. .4. Okay, here we go. Voltage going back up. Alright, so that's the end of it, folks. With a less than a 0.2 C rate, 0.175 approximately, based on the 400 amp hour rating of the batteries. We got 321.5 amp hours out of these 400 amp hour rated batteries. 200 amp hour for each bank. So, all right. Well, I'm going to contact the seller and see what we can do. And I'll probably put a link to where I bought these batteries in the video chat, and I'll keep you informed on what I find out from the seller. But I'll probably go ahead and take these to my mom's house anyway, since I already got to put them together, and all set to do that this weekend. And if there's any new equipment provided, probably just change it out later, unless there's just a refund or something like that. But we'll see what happens. And we will talk to you later. If you have any questions or want to see anything else or anything else that didn't cover in this second capacity test, let me know, and I'll try to cover it later. Grace and peace be with you. Bye for now.